folks, welcome to the Fabulous Empty Nest with me, your host Angie. Today is day 19. Can you believe it? Day 19 of Vlogmas. We are less than a week away to Christmas. And honestly, I didn't know if I was going to make it through this whole Vlogmas thing. I thought, oh, how hard can it be? It was really hard. One, finding things to talk about. Two, staying on task. And three, just the videotaping and editing in itself was overwhelming. So I'm going to be really happy to getting back to posting 3 days a week. I hope to find some consistency. I literally feel like I've just been scrambling to keep myself above water. And it's made for, not such, it's not made for some content that I wasn't really happy with, but that's okay. Just, it is what it is. And I'm new and I'm trying to figure it out as I go. So thank you to those of you who are new and you've stopped by, those of you that are new subscribers. And for those of you that have stuck around as I've clunked through all this, thank you. I really do appreciate it. My whole purpose for this channel is just to make connections and share the love of crochet and yarn and all things creative. I'm working on my Sophie hood. I found out and I said it wrong. It's a Sophie hood. I've just decreased and now I'm increasing to make the hood part, I guess. That's what I'm assuming. And then, yeah, I think I'm going to have this finished tonight because now I'm decreasing the whole way rather than increasing. So I'm excited to get this finished. I did want to show you one of the projects that I've been working on for a long time. For those of you that have been here for a while, you've probably seen me talk about this. You've probably seen me fret over it. I'm still not finished, but I am getting there. It's my Rowana. So I did something kind of fun. I hope I don't regret it because there was a lot of work that went into this fun thing that I'm doing. Where's the front? So I don't like the way this drapes or falls. It's a little too stiff. I should have used a bigger hook, but there is so much yarn in this and so much work into this. I think I'm just going to steam it and see if that relaxes it a little bit. But I wanted it to kind of have a boho-y kind of feel. I can just imagine somebody wearing this, possibly myself. But what I did was I added these cute little pom-poms all the way around. So they go down the front, they're on the bottom, and they'll be on the bottom of it as well. Once it's finished, I'll put it on and show you all, but I think it's going to be really, really cute. And then here's the back. Why is this so hard? Why do I make these sweaters that weigh 500 pounds? It's really long too. It like literally goes down to almost my, like if you were wearing ankle boots, it would go to like the top of your ankle boot. So it's really long. It's going to be beautiful. And it will be one of those pieces that somebody's going to see it and go, I have to have that. This is the commissioned sweater that I'm making. And now I ran out of yarn, so I'm waiting for my order to come in. But this is the commissioned sweater that my niece had commissioned me to make for her grandmother. And it's going to be this beautiful red tweed with this linen color every 4 rows. But I don't know if that's too much of the linen. I don't think so. I don't think so. I think it will be really pretty. I like making these. What I don't like about the hexagon sweaters are the bulkiness of the sleeve. And so somebody had suggested that you start decreasing in the sleeve. So you start, as it gets to the size you want it to be, you start decreasing in the sleeve, but continue to work the rest of it to get the length that you want. So I want this to go probably down around her rear end. And so I'm going to try that and see how that goes, because I don't like the bulkiness of the sleeves on those sweaters, because I always do a cuff. I do a good size cuff, maybe 3-inch cuff. And so I really want it to be comfortable and not cumbersome, I guess is what I'm looking for. So I'm hoping my yarn shows up in the next day or two so I can start working on that, because I don't want it to be like a last minute thing for sure. I know we all do a big Christmas party at my sister's house, and I'm pretty sure the woman that I'm making this for will be there. She's been there the last couple of years. So I think that's probably when they'll give it to her, is Christmas Eve, I believe. So yeah. I also have some hats. Hats have been the bane of my existence, but it's my own fault. It's my own fault, because I said I was going to do 24 hats of Christmas, and I don't want to anymore, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to finish this project, and I'm going to finish strong, and I'm going to finish with 50 darn hats. If it kills me, which it might. All right. Here's one. Now these are all, they need to be sewn up. The reason I was kind of stalling on these was I didn't have the buttons that go on the inside to hold the pom-pom, but I was like, I'm not putting pom-poms on all these. So that was my excuse. This is so pretty. It's a really thick and warm. It is going to be a very nice hat for somebody. I'm finding these yarns that I thought weren't going to go through my Addy. They are going through it beautifully, and I'm not having any trouble with it. I thought it was starting to give me trouble. But it's acting right. Look at this one. This is that big twist yarn that they have at Michael's, and it's got the glitter in it, the red glitter in it. So this one, I feel like I need to make myself one of these too. I've already made myself 2 hats because of hats that I've made for this project. But I love how that's going to look. And I'm going to put a red pom-pom on this, because I mean, if you're going to wear a glitter hat, you probably need a pom-pom. That's my philosophy. And then this real pretty gray one. Again, super thick. I have to say I did a good job at picking the yarns. A couple of these. This one actually was a hobby yarn that came in my lucky bag. And I'm very pleased with it. Came out really nice. Due next year. Nice. I watched this guy on YouTube. His name's Kevin Kobe. I think it's Kobe. And he's been creating content for a long time. And basically he does videos about like how to improve your channel. What are things you should do? What are things you shouldn't do? How to do your settings and all that kind of stuff. Because like I said, I'm brand new at this and nobody's showed me anything. I'm just kind of learning by trial and error. And one of the things that he said, that when they did a big survey of like what people like, is people seem to really enjoy storytelling and people being like super authentic and stuff like that. And I think that's wonderful. I think that is really important, that people are finding ways to share their authentic self on YouTube. And that is essentially what I'm attempting to do. And I've noticed when I was watching some of my old videos, and I was like super, super intense and super like, and my husband's like, you need to smile more and show like who you really are. And that took like a month for me to relax enough to be able to kind of let my true self shine through. And then my kids are always like, don't let too much of your true self shine through, Mom. So I'm trying to find that balance of like, what's, who I really am, what's appropriate to share, what's not appropriate to share, that kind of thing. So it's been fun, but challenging to say the least. But back to the storytelling, that's really a gift of mine. And I have used it throughout my years working as a counselor. Um, I love when people talk in metaphors and tell stories and teach by telling stories. And when I was teaching, even when I'm teaching my acupuncture um, protocol, I use a lot of stories. And hands down, when I get my feedback forms at the end of the training, they're usually 3-day training. The main thing that people really comment on were, thank you for the stories. They really added context and helped me understand. And I have found too, in the work that I do, that storytelling is such a great way to connect with people and to just create depth. And I love that about storytelling. And so one of the stories that I love sharing, and I've shared it before on this channel, but it came up again because I ran into an old childhood friend who said, we were talking about my crochet channel, and she's like, yeah, I check out your crochet channel. And she goes, I just wanted to tell you that I totally remember when, I'm not going to say the teacher's name because I was from a small community and everybody knows who she is, but I'm not going to say her name. She's probably passed away by now, but she's like, I remember when blank blank called you a liar in, I was 5th or 6th grade, because you had brought that beautiful scarf to school for gift exchange. And I was like, yeah, I remember that too. I said, did you see the one that I shared about that? And she's like, yeah, that's what made me think about it. So essentially, when I was it was 5th or 6th grade, I had been crocheting for a while. I was pretty good at it. And I had a yarn stash that was pretty impressive for a 6th grader. And I decided for our gift exchange in my school, I was going to make something. And the girls bought gifts for girls and the boys bought gifts for boys. And so I made a beautiful little scarf and hat set. And I remember exactly, it was red and white. It was very pretty. It was well done. And I wrapped it in some beautiful tissue paper and put it in a nice box and I had some really pretty twine and yarn, and I made a big bow, and I put some dried flowers in it. And it was really a beautiful gift. And as everybody was opening their gifts, somebody that I know opened her gift, and she knew it was from me. I was probably the only crocheter in the class. And she says, oh my gosh, Angie, this is so beautiful. Did you make it? And I was like, I did. And my teacher came over and she said, you did not make that. Don't lie. Literally said that to me. And I was like, it embarrassed me because I was actually a really shy and I embarrassed very easily when I was young. And I was pretty shy. And I was so embarrassed and so humiliated. And my friend was like, I believe that you made it. Like, they know that I crochet. They saw like the stuff that I was making. And she thanked me. And I went home and I told my mother about it. And my mother is like, I don't know, 5'1", probably. And soaking wet, she was probably 90 pounds. I mean, soaking wet. And that's on a good day. And she went down to the school the next day and she told pretty much anybody that she came into contact with that if my daughter says she made something, she made it. And don't ever call her a liar again. Like, she went down and she roughed people up. And that's not like my mom at all. She was very sweet, and she was kind of an introvert. And so it felt really good to have my mom, back me up. and to go down and, tell people like, hey, if my daughter says she made something, she made it. And so I really appreciate that from my mom. But I remember still to this day that feeling that I had standing in the classroom and my teacher looking at me in front of everybody and saying, you didn't make that, you're a liar. And I don't know. I'm glad that my friend brought it up and that she recognized, that it was uncomfortable, and that was, even many, many, many years later, it still brings back a feeling, kind of an icky feeling inside. But I just was really thought that was kind of cool that she made the connection. And she's not somebody that I hang out with or anything like that. But it's awesome that this is a childhood friend that I went all through school with, kindergarten all the way through, and she watches my channel, which I think is kind of cool. So yeah, that's really all I have today. I'm going to sit here and relax. I am really tired today. I'm going to sit here and relax and work on my Sophie scarf. And then I've got to run to the market and buy some asparagus to go with our filet mignon tonight. I think the other thing that I'm missing in my channel is I'm not really talking about empty nest stuff. And I think that from my analytics, there are a lot of women my age that watch my channel. 100% are women. And most of us are over 50. And I think that saying, the fabulous empty nest, I think maybe people are expecting some empty nest stuff. And I'm probably not a traditional empty nester in the fact that I love my empty nest. Yes, I miss my children, but I am so tight knit with my kids that I see them either in person or on video chat quite a bit. And the one that it really kind of hurts the most is my baby, Benjamin. He's in Tennessee, and I just talked to him today, and he's doing well, but he's always annoyed when I call because I just ask all the same questions. So he's like, yes, Mom, I loved my pants. I loved my sweats. I love the stuff you sent me. So, he's 22. But just want to remind you all, I'm going to be doing a video in the next probably few days with a guest. And I can't wait for y'all to meet her. She's lovely, and it's going to be super fun. So I think that's it for today. Thank you again for all of you showing up like you do. I love comments. I love when you subscribe. I love when you hit the little bell so that you know when I post new content. But the comments are what really just are so much fun for me. I do try to respond to everybody because it's important to me. You're important to me. So please subscribe if you haven't done so already, and take care of yourself. And I will see you the next time for Vlogmas Day 19. I'm so confused. See y'all later. Bye.